So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to want to go to www.sitefolio.net, and you'll enter in your username and your password in the screen that looks like this. And the first thing that you're going to be directed to is your dashboard. The dashboard is going to house any tasks that have been assigned to you. Right now, I'm logged in as Macy Taylor, and we can see that she's been invited to bid on a project in Kentwood. So she has to record her intent to respond and when the bid is due. To go to the home page, you want to click this home button here. And on the home page, you'll see things like the user guides. And there is one for each participant. There's one for internal Cooper's Hawk, for general contractors, architects, and vendors. So be sure and download those. They're very helpful. Over here in the right is what we call the links box. And there's a link to our YouTube channel, which has 1 to 2 minute videos on how to do certain things within Sitefolio. And then right here, you'll see that we have a mobile app. It's not an application that you download from the App Store per se, but instead you're going to want to log on to this page from your mobile device and then come over here to this link and open it from your mobile device. And this is the mobile version of Sitefolio. This is very helpful, specifically when you're wanting to upload photographs directly from your mobile device into your project. And then underneath here is a link to a video on how to upload pictures using your mobile device. Up here is what we call the quick search box, and this is where you're going to come to search for your projects. And you can search by the city that the restaurant is located in or the restaurant number. I'm going to search for Kentwood. So I'm going to type in the restaurant number and then click on search. And then right here is the project number, and you click on that to access the project in Sitefolio. And from here, if you want to create a shortcut for this project so you don't have to search for it every time, just go to My Projects and click on Add Kentwood. And you'll see that the next time you log in, there's the shortcut for Kentwood. And you can just click on that and it takes you back into the project. To remove a project from My Projects, go ahead and right-click on it and select Delete. This is just deleting it from your My Projects. It's not deleting it from the system. And that will remove it from your My Projects list. Over here on the left, navigation is, again, access to the dashboard. My Session is where you can log out. You can change your password here. And then Preferences we'll talk about later in the training session, but that's where you're going to set up how you want to get notified for tasks that you're assigned. All right, so let's go back up to how to search to projects. Again, you want to type in either the city that the restaurant is located in or the restaurant number. And here we can see it's a 12,320 square feet pad. It's in permitting, and it's a new restaurant. The first thing that you see when you log in is going to be the project overview page. And it's going to have an address for the restaurant and a link to Google Maps. Some contact information for key players in this project are going to be on the front page. So you'll be able to quickly see who the construction contact is, who the design contact is, the architect. And then below that are some folders. These are shortcuts from the actual folder structure found over here under Files, Project Documents, and we'll get into that in a moment. And then underneath that are just some standard reports that we give our clients, such as the RFI report, the submittal log, and then the project snapshot. Classification, you may or may not have access to view this page. It doesn't look like you can see much, but this is where Cooper's Hawk is going to be able to categorize their projects by region, division, and that sort of thing. The design attributes is where you can designate how many bar seats are in this location, patio seats, and then all the square footages. Again, that's under overview and then design attributes. Schedule, this is where the master project schedule is going to get maintained. And you may or may not get assigned specific schedule milestones to update, but if you do, they're going to be found on your dashboard where you can then complete them. Or you can come here and get an idea of when the site delivery is going to take place. The Cooper's Hawk schedule is divided into baseline, projected, and actual. The baseline is completely calculated as well as the projected, and then they'll enter the actual dates when they occur. So as you scroll down this project, you'll see that it's in the construction phase. And these are who the tasks are assigned to. And this is set to open, projected on August 26, 2019. The team is a listing of everybody that's working on this location. So you'll see that we have all the Cooper's Hawk team players here. And then the architect will be listed. And then we'll have the vendors, real estate support, and then the contractor, when they get selected, will be listed on this page as well. I'm going to skip tasks and move on to requests. The RFIs will now be processed through Sitefolio, and the RFI log is organized so that we have a submitter of RFIs, which is typically the contractor and the vendor, and then the responder is going to be the architect or Cooper's Hawk. So if you need to log an RFI, then you're going to come to Request, select RFI, and then click on Add RFI. And then you'll get the new RFI screen where you can then type in your subject. And then your reference document. And then the discipline. And then my name is going to be automatically populated and then submitted by. And then I'll just need to enter in when I want a response by. And then come down here to the activity log and type in your question. The red ribbon just means that that's a required field, so you have to type something in there. Once you have, it'll turn green. This is where you can upload an attachment that goes along with this RFI if you want to. And then once you're done, you just select Submit Request. And that's going to generate an email notification. It's going to send this RFI to the Cooper's Hawk project manager and also the architect PM. And they'll get notified that a new RFI has been submitted. And then what they'll do is they'll log in to the project. They'll get a link to the RFI in the notification, and they will answer the RFI. And when they do that, you'll get a notification back with the answer. And then down below, we have a hard copy of the RFI if you want to print that out. Another thing that can be found under the request is the submittal log. And the submittal log is where you're going to come and log your new submittals. And what you're going to want to do is just select the add link. And again, I wanted to remind you that all of the things that we're covering today are in the user guides that I mentioned earlier in the intro. So you want to add your submittal number. And then your spec division, select that, and then the spec section, and then give it a description. And then right now we're at step 1 of 2, so I'm going to click Save to move on to step 2 of 2, which at this point you just want to upload your submittals. And the last thing you're going to want to do is come to the status and select Under Review and Save. And that's going to send a notification to Cooper's Hawk and the architect that a submittal has been logged into the system. At this point, they will review the submittal and approve it. If they need to have changes made, they'll send it back to you and you'll get a notification either way that the submittal has either been approved or you need to make changes. All right, so under Files, Project Documents, this is where the drawings and sketches and meeting notes will be housed for the project. So basically, let me show you how to upload. There's a couple ways to upload in Sitefolio. You can do it the traditional method, which is going to the folder you want to upload to and selecting the 3 dots and select Upload Single File. And from here, you can browse for your document that you want to upload. And then save. If you want, you can drag and drop documents as well. So you can have the document on your desktop, drag it over to the folder you want to upload to, and then drop it. And you can actually drag and drop several documents at once if you want to. I'm dragging them over and then I'm going to drop them. That's my favorite way to upload. You can also upload via email. So every folder in Sitefolio has a unique email address. So in that case, you'll want to go to the upload option. What's going to happen is an email will pop up with the folder's email address in the to line. And at that point, you just want to attach the files that you want to upload to the email. And when you click send, it'll go directly to the folder and upload the files for you. And then the last method is if you have multiple documents, like a set of drawings or a specification that you want to upload, you can put those multiple documents into a zip file first, go to the 3 dots and select Upload and Extract Compressed Archive. And then you'll browse for your zip file. And then your multiple documents will be downloaded to the folder for you. If you want to move documents to a different folder because they were uploaded in the incorrect folder, just click on the document you want to move, go to your destination folder, and select Move Selected Files to this folder. And you'll get a message because there is security placed on all the folders. It's basically saying that the security is different on the folder that you're moving to. All right, to view a document, just click on the document and it will open it up. If you want to send a notification to somebody on the team that you've uploaded documents, there's an option on the folder. It's notifications and then email. And that's going to bring up this screen here where you can check the boxes, write your message here. And then go ahead and click send. And the recipients will get an email with a link to the folder and the message that you typed. If you're waiting for documents to be uploaded, you can actually subscribe to receive notifications on those. So let's say for drawings and sketches, you want to get notified when anything is uploaded. Come to the three dots and then select notification and manage notification. And then from here, you check this box and you'll save and apply to all subfolders. And once you do that, you've been subscribed to receive notifications when anything is uploaded to these folders. All right, so in Sitefolio, photographs are uploaded in what we call photo libraries. And Cooper's Hawk has organized their pictures into these categories. So you're going to have your pre-construction pictures, site and landscaping, foundation and underground, exterior, interior, inside walls, roof, furniture and artwork, punch list, and executive walk photos. So much like the files, there's a couple different ways that you can upload pictures. You can drag and drop from your desktop, and all you want to do there is just drag, and then as soon as the folder turns yellow, go ahead and drop it. And you want to name your library. And then once I click on OK, it's going to give me a status over here. And then there's my photo. You can add to your library by dropping in additional photos like so. Or you can select the multiple pictures on your desktop and drag them over at the same time. You can place your photographs into a zip file, then come to Options and Create Photo Slideshow. This is the zip file with my pictures. Name your library again. And there they are. And the latest set of photos uploaded will always be at the top. You can also email upload pictures. But again, the easiest way to do that is through our mobile app, which again, the link for that is on the home page. Show you how to upload pictures using that. I'm just going to click the mobile version. And it's going to open up the projects that I'm watching here. And you'll just want to tap on it with your finger. And then tap on Photos. And then select the photo library that you want to upload to. And then this plus button will be in the right corner, so tap on that. Name your library. And then you want to add a display date. And then this little icon here is going to open up your camera roll. Where you can add your pictures. And you can add multiple pictures from your camera roll at the same time. So the contracts and bidding are going to live under the $ on the project navigation. And I heard from a little birdie that they're going to start bidding projects through here at the end of this week. So if you're invited to bid a project, you will get a notification that, let me show you what it looks like. It's going to look like this. The way that bidding works in Sitefolio is you have to record your intent to respond first. So that's basically saying, yes, I'm going to bid this project. And then the second notification you'll get is to let you know when the bid is due. So you'll get 2 notifications. To log your intent to respond, just come to your dashboard and select the complete box, and that will take you to the bid package in Sitefolio. and you can just click on yes. And as soon as you do that, Cooper's Hawk will get a notification that you intend to bid this project. When you're ready to enter in your bid numbers, come back to your dashboard and click on complete for the bid due task. And then I'll take you directly to the bid package in Sitefolio, where you're going to enter in your lump sum bid. And then the duration of your work in days. And then what you're going to want to do next is come to the Detail tab, and you're going to allocate your lump sum here. So depending on who you are, if you're a contractor, your line item sheet will look different. It will have the general construction line items on it. And whatever kind of a vendor you are, it's going to have the line items that match your scope of work. So as I enter my dollar amounts here, it's going to change my allocated amounts. And I can just tab out. I can go ahead and leave a note for Cooper's Hawk if I want. All right, once that to be allocated below is green, you can submit your bid. All right, once you have allocated your bid, you can submit. And once you submit your bid, Cooper's Hawk will get notified that you have submitted your bid. And at that point, when the bid is due, they'll analyze the bids and then select the winning bid through the bid package. Once they do that, all the bidders will get a notification either way that they were awarded the bid or they were not awarded. They'll get notified through Sitefolio. So Cooper's Hawk will create your contract in the system, and it's going to look like this. Once they do that, you'll get a notification that your contract is in the system. And the upper portion is the basic contract dates and specifics. The center portion is the summary section, where you have your original contract sum. Any changes when they get processed will be noted there along with the new contract sum to date. And then as you begin to invoice, that'll be reflected here. And then as I scroll down the page, you'll see that there's a section to create change orders and then also to apply for payment. So I'm going to cover how to do a change order. Change orders can only be processed against an approved contract. So until your contract is approved in the system, you will not be able to process change orders. To add a new change order, come to the change order header and select Create. There's that red ribbon again. So that's a required field. So you want to enter in your change order number and then select a reason from the drop-down provided here. These reviewer fields, leave those blank as well. And then just enter your submitted date and click on Save. This is where you're going to enter in your lump sum for your change order. And then after you do that, you want to come back to the cost sheet here, and you're going to allocate that across your line items. So basically you're saying, I need to ask for another $4,000 for kitchen equipment. See how my allocation changed to $20,000. I need another $5,000 for taxes. All right, and once that reads 0, you want to go back to the front sheet, add your backup for your change order. So anything that's going to verify your additional costs, upload those here. Add a change order description. And the last thing you're going to want to do is come back up to approval status and change it from draft to proposed and save. And that's going to send a notification to the construction contacts for Cooper's Hawk and the project manager that a new change order has been submitted. At this point, they will review your change order and either approve it or send it back as revised and resubmit. Once it gets approved, the additional funds will be listed here and it will change your contract sum to date. All right, let's learn how to apply for payment. Again, applying for payment as a GC, an architect, or a vendor is the same for each of your contracts. You basically want to scroll down to where it says PO invoices. For a contractor, it's going to say pay applications. And for an architect, it's just going to say invoices. So you're going to want to select create. Enter in your invoice number. And then select a submitted date. For the GC contracts, the work in place retainage is going to say 10%. For other contracts, we don't keep a retainage. So I'm going to select save. All right, from here, you're going to come to the cost sheet. And I don't know if you can see, but there's some green shaded fields here in the work completed this period column. And this is where you're going to apply for payment. And if I try to apply for more than what's in that line item, it will turn red and it won't allow me to actually propose this invoice. And the last thing you'll do is change the status from draft to proposed and click save. And that's going to, again, generate a notification to Cooper's Hawk that a new invoice has been submitted. And at that point, the invoice will go through their approval process. They do have the option to send it back as revised and resubmit if something is not entered correctly or if they don't have the correct backup. All right, so let's talk about preferences. It's important for everybody when you first log in to come to your My Session and select preferences. This is where you're going to set up how you want to get notified for tasks that are assigned to you. And again, tasks can be assigned to you through the schedule, whether it's a task on going to pick up the permit or when you're going to install the kitchen equipment. Or it could be a task through one of the contracts or change orders. So it's important to come here, and you only need to do this once. It basically will send you a snapshot of what's on your dashboard. Either every weekday, you can choose your frequency. I have clients that choose every Monday morning to get one email with all their tasks aggregated. Task activity notifications. Enabling this option makes sure that you are emailed immediately of any changes for tasks that you are assigned or following. So this is important to enable just because you'll get notified immediately if something gets assigned to you. And then this option is if you want to get nightly reminders for anything that's assigned to you that's overdue. So once you set your preferences, you want to click Save. And like I said, you only need to do that once, but it's important to do that so that you can keep current on what's on your dashboard.